This is a really cool app from the Apple App Store. This is part of the disk utility next to the Photoshop icon on the left and the disk doctor on the right. Photoshop icon on the right and the disk doctor on the left. As part of disk utilities application, it actually scans and cleans the memory. Finally figured out what the issue is with McAfee and why the real-time scan sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The problem is when there's a power outage and there's a hard shutdown, these external hard drives, the data archive just is my drive here. It's partitioned into two. One that does the archive, and then my 500 gigabyte external. It says Neil EX drive. That's external drive. That's 500 gigabytes. The New York Knicks and the data archive. It's a 3 terabyte. It's actually a 3 terabyte Hornet drive, and it's partitioned into two. So every time there's a hard shutdown because of the power outages, the McAfee real-time scan doesn't work. If I unmount the drives, then it works okay. Prior to the hard shutdown, I had to call McAfee before and have them reinstall the virus protection application, and then it worked fine. It was fine for about a week, and then there was a thunderstorm, and then the power went out, and we had another hard shutdown on my Mac, and now there it is again. I'm going to actually call McAfee and have them reinstall it again, but I'm actually going to run out for a few in here. Let's see if we have that same issue when I shut down the computer. So here you see my Mac is working fine. There's no issues. Open up my hard drives, my external hard drives, and you can see everything is operating quite normally. I'll open Photoshop and Bridge, InDesign, and Illustrator. Also ran a Sentinel Pro antivirus software, which I actually downloaded from the Mac store, and everything was fine with all the drives. There was InDesign opening, Photoshop opening. Now I have 20, let's see about this Mac. Wait for these applications to open. I have a lot of memory on this Mac, so this really shouldn't be taking this long to open up. Okay, so here it is. There's Adobe Bridge. And you can see that opens fine. And let me just quit Bridge. So there we go. So on my Mac, you can see what I have here. I have 24 gigabytes of memory. That's a lot of memory. Okay, Photoshop is fine. Let me just open up a file here real quick. It's Illustrator. Let's see, Photoshop. Okay, there you go. Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator is fine. There's Illustrator. Adobe Illustrator opens up fine. I'm not going to open up a file in that. And of course, InDesign. There's InDesign. Let's open up a file. Okay, here's the InDesign file. Let's open up that. Okay, so my InDesign file is great. That's good. Let's close InDesign. And Safari works fine. Also have Chrome and the Tor browsers. And my Safari works fine. Let's quit Safari. Okay, I'm going to mount these drives. I'm going to see if the McAfee. Okay, here we go. Let's see McAfee. Real-time scan. Okay, so it says I usually have to restart and then it's okay. But anyway, so I'm onto these drives. I'm going to shut down. Let me quit McAfee. I'm going to shut down this Mac. And let's see if we get that. Actually, let me open up the Tor browser. And let's see if we get that little icon in the background which says that I am downloading something or something is downloading in the background. Okay, that's fine. And let's do right. This is my Google profile page. All right, let's quit Tor, and then let me shut down. Do a normal shutdown. Actually, let me do this. Let me do a log out. Those drives make a lot of noise. And then I'm going to do a shutdown. Now, usually, because I'm a target individual, every time I leave, these master super criminals that break into people's apartment and, all that kind of stuff. So what I do is I never leave anything plugged in. So excuse me for the so. I gotta stop saying that. I unplug. I know folks think, okay, well, he's probably paranoid, right? Well, folks, no, I'm not, because these people have technology where they can actually, of course, break into your emails and all that kind of stuff, and we've seen plenty examples of that. and steal your password and all this kind of stuff. So I usually unplug everything. And once again, you never know what they might do to your computer while you're not home. So I usually unplug power cords, unplug any external anything that that's plugged into my computer. So there and that. So there's nothing that's actually plugged into my computer. So once again, my computer should be fine once let me unplug the speaker thing too. So for speakers, it's okay. Okay, the power cord. It's one of these. Here it is. This one. All right. So unplug everything, and they've been, like I said, sometimes I'll leave and I'll come back and my computer will be on. I'm like, what the heck? I didn't turn my computer on. So this is what I do. Once again, excuse me for saying so. Once you've been conditioned to do a certain thing, it's kind of hard to recondition. But I don't say it too often. All right, so here we go. I'm going to upload this to my YouTube channel, and we'll see if these dirty, rotten Nazi scoundrels do anything to damage my computer. Because, like I said, anything, they have destroyed small businesses. We've seen plenty of examples of illegal planting of drugs, guns, files on people's computers, photos, anything that that can get a person arrested or deemed a threat or a danger to society, especially people who are knowledgeable about what they're doing. This is what these people do. So it's time, that we all stand up and we all take measures to ensure that our equipment and our jobs are safe and all that kind of stuff, because these people are extremely cruel, petty, vile, vindictive, ignorant, arrogant, and just plain stupid. Let me unplug everything from all these devices. All right.